Hello everyone, this is Zach with Team Dreadnought bringing you the Link Joker Star-vader deck profile, all the new stuff. We're going to start off with grade 0s, starter. He just looks like a Star-vader, so I use him. Then you got 4 draw trigger PGs, 4 PGs. And you need hand in this deck like there's no tomorrow. I'm even thinking about playing more draws, but crits are just too important. 4 heals. The heal guardians are in Messiah right now, but you can play anything as long as it's a heal. The 20k saved me in a couple games, so I'm like torn between what to play. And then you got the 8 crit. I may try a 6 draw version just because you'll see why when I explain all the abilities. Onward to grade 1s, we have 3 White Dwarf. Check top 5 for a grade 3. Add it to hand, pitch 1. You need to get your grade 3s, especially Infinite Zero. He's the new bread and butter. 3 Crunching Deleter, on play, Soul Boss 1 Omega Lock. Nothing really to say about him. I feel like Chaos Breaker is kind of like a whatever ability. You mostly want to just lock as much as possible and Omega Lock them. Keep your opponent not being able to do anything. He's not a Star-vader, so I play 3 of him. Then you play 4 Prison Gate Star-vader Palladium, new grade 1. Solid ability of when he's rode upon on Vanguard Circle, you can call him out for an easy booster. And when a card's unlocked, counterblast 1. Your opponent locks a top card of the deck to an open Vanguard Circle. Counterblast is very hefty in this deck, and I mostly use him for a booster, and just in case they play Excel, they always have like usually 1 open circle. But otherwise, I don't really use his ability too often. He's just a Star-vader to grab, he's a 10k shield. And the Star-vader grab is for the other 4 of Star-vader Craving Claw. When he's done boosting or when he's done attacking and it hits a Vanguard, you can check top 5 and add a Star-vader to hand. It's such a good card. It's a 4 of in this, it's a 4 of in premium. It's just such a good searcher. His other ability will help you proc Chaos Breaker, which is you put him into Soul and then you unlock a card in the opponent's field and then lock another one. That one doesn't come up too often, but man, that search is key. This is the card. Onward to grade 2s. We're only playing 8 grade 2s. We're playing 4 Gravity Collapse Dragon. I know some people are iffy on him, but all your grade 3s are Cyber Dragons. He works on Vanguard and Rearguard. The Rearguard will come up when I explain one of the grade 3s in a moment, but he's your ride target. He's what you want to ride. He's a solid call target. You don't have much grade 2s going on in Link Joker, to be honest. Then you have 4 Bisection Star-vader Zirconium. On place, counterblast 1. Your opponent chooses his top card of the deck and puts on the rearguard as locked. If it's in the back row, he gets 10k and you draw 1. If not, they just call their top card of the deck as locked. His other ability is a passive ability. When your opponent has a locked card and they're both at grade, you're both at grade 3. Your Vanguard's critical becomes 2, so no force 2 strats in this deck because of him. But you want force 1 anyway with the marker gain Chaos Breaker can produce. He's just like one of the best grade 2s, probably like the only really good grade 2 for Star-vader until we get probably more support. Then you have new boy in the hood, Star-vader Infinite Zero Dragon. He's an on-place, counterblast 1, and discard a card to lock 1 card in the opponent's field. But if you're at 4, you choose a front and a back and you lock it. So this works when you ride Chaos Breaker on top of him. You can counterblast 1, pitch 1 if you're at 4, lock 2. Or riding himself on top of himself, you can counterblast 2, discard 2 to lock 4. Or 2, depending on your damage. But he's just a good card overall, and he's got a Vanguard and Rearguard ability of he gets 5k per locked card on the opponent's field, plus he's got a force marker. So he gets you force markers pretty early. He's got a very solid ability. He's really good. I feel he's just a bit overcosted, but, you know, lock in standard. What are you going to do? Then you got 4 of the bad Mamma Jamma Chaos Breaker Dragon. You already know what he does. No marker. He gets 10k if there's a lock card in the opponent's field, works on Vanguard or Rearguard. Once per turn, Counterblast 1, and your opponent gets a marker, and you choose one of their cards and locks it. Then when they become unlocked, you can Soul Blast 1 to kill it, to draw 1, and your opponent chooses 2 markers on their field per 1 card locked, and takes them away, and then you get that many markers. So you want to go Force 1 just because you can marker spam potentially. He's good for draw power. Overall, I think you want to constantly ride Infinite Zero Dragon as much as possible, and then kind of go into him as the end game. But, you know, if you have to go into him, you have to go into him. He's not too bad. 10k with Zirconium, he has a crit. And then the last grade 3 is a card that no one really likes in Star-vader, and that's Nordstrom Dragon. No one really likes him too much because, first off, if you have to ride him, he's got no marker. But he's got the great ability of, on place, choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or greater rear guards and bind it face down, and then retire this unit, you get a countercharge 1. So the ruling on this dude is kind of strange, but you don't have to bind 1 to unflip. So you can just call him, sack him, and unflip 1 damage. And I play 3 of him because if you hadn't noticed, cost counterblast, 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 you know, they all cost a counterblast. If I was playing Colony Maker, she also cost 1. It's so hefty in this deck. So I feel Nordstrom Dragon is at least a 3 of. I really want to try putting 4 of because that countercharge is just so key. But I'm still testing. As I said, I may play a 6-draw variant. But I'll do a deck update later on if I find any use for it. But that is the V Premium Star-vader deck profile. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And we have a bunch of new stuff coming out for you guys. May try some Zero content. Stay tuned.